The goal of this presentation is to help us get on the same page with My Big Campus and to answer the question, Mr. Bailey, how do you want us to put our assignments and activities and all of that stuff on My Big Campus? And I hope this does that. But really our focus is how to leverage, so how to use technology in a way that benefits us and our students and our families. So how can we leverage these digital resources to benefit kids as we move toward consistency? Our mission, again, is to reach out to help kids and families as these young people seek to become the best version of themselves. And even though it seems silly, My Big Campus is a really critical tool that we need to use effectively and in a unified way in order to make that happen. So here's our current reality. We have a lot of parents who want to help kids. They're the kind of parents we want to enlist, we want to enroll, we want to encourage because they're passionate about helping their kid learn. But they feel like when they use the resources we give them, there's conflict and it's kind of pulling in a different direction. So teachers, they want parents to help, but parents who want to help, they feel frustrated by the tools we're giving them. So we need to come up with a solution for that. Our goal is that all of us together, students, parents, special education teachers, general ed teachers, administrators, we're all rowing in the same direction. However, it's kind of a slippery noodle. So here's the question that's been difficult for a couple years to solve as we've kind of learned how to use My Big Campus. The first question is, how can we provide parents with an effective, user-friendly My Big Campus experience that will make it easier for them to support their child's learning? But why is this so challenging? It seems frustrating at times. Teachers are putting in hard work. Parents are seeking to be proactive and help their students, but we're both frustrated. Why is that? Well, when parents go to My Big Campus, they've shown me this before, that it's very confusing and complicated because middle school, high school, and most teachers do it a little bit differently. Where do you find handouts? Where do they post it on the calendar? Why does my calendar, some teachers goes all the way across the week for one event and the rest of them have individual events? Special education teachers, they're kind of the hub of meeting the needs of their students with special needs, and so how can they help teachers by not disrupting class and not having to go into the classroom and ask the teacher, I need this worksheet, and how can, even more important than that, how can they keep a student who's sitting and focusing in that mode? And if that student gets to a stopping point, they need to be able to find that next activity in order to keep them moving forward. And so we also need to meet the needs of our special education teachers as they serve the special needs students in particular ways in their resource rooms or after school. And general education teachers have a couple goals. One, they have 150 to 200 students a day. How can we simplify this process and clear clutter from our lives so that it's not frustrating? And then also, we want to see growth. We want to celebrate and see our students succeed because that's what motivates us when we see our students meeting goals that they've set for themselves and that we've helped them set together. So why didn't we start on the same page? Well, part of it is we didn't have a parent portal, so that part of the equation wasn't really there. And when we did have the parent portal last year, at the beginning particularly, it was really complicated and not user-friendly at all. There were a lot of gaps and a lot of just problems with it. So I think they ended up just shutting it down. Also, we're still learning, but we didn't fully understand the best way to leverage My Big Campus's resources. And we're still learning that as you explored as teachers and we explored as parents and administrators and the students using it as well. And we have competing needs at times, at least they appear to be competing. So we have the teachers, the parents, the students, special education department, etc. seem to be on different pages, and we need to help with that. And so we think we've developed a solution to address that problem. Okay, so part one is that, and we've given you this handout before, it's creating a daily, and again, if you're not assigning anything for that student to do, it doesn't have to be daily, but on a regular basis, a student to-do list on the calendar. So this is for items that must be completed by the student for your class. So if there's a homework assignment that you want, if you wanted to call home and tell the parent to help you get this finished, then put it on the calendar for that particular day. So since it's Thursday, you would click on the calendar for Thursday, and you would put on for that class what you wanted them to do. Also, at that same time, when you get to the bottom, you can attach a digital copy of what you hand out to the student that day. And then you also want to put the dates of tests, major projects, and major quizzes on the calendar ahead of time. So let's say not this Friday, but next Friday I have a test. Then I might go in today, and then I'll click on that Friday, a week from this Friday, and then I'll put on tests today, and then any information that you want to add to that event. So you're putting on daily events. Now let's say there are 3 things that the students are doing tonight for you for tomorrow. Then go ahead and you can put those 3 events in one calendar day. You don't have to put 3 different entries in there. You can put them all in the same one. Okay, the second part is a schoolwork assignment in My Big Campus will put the due date on the calendar for you. So let's say you're doing a schoolwork assignment where you want them to write a paper and submit it through schoolwork. In that case, you do not need to create a separate calendar event for the schoolwork assignment, because the schoolwork assignment will automatically put that due date on the calendar for you. It'll look a little different, but that's fine. So no need to duplicate that activity. So when it's assigned and due, either one of those will work. And then be sure to attach what you hand out to the student. Again, that is key. And I'll explain that in the next slide. So what about the special needs resource group that you've been using, where you've taken all of your resources that you give to the kids and you put them in this special needs resource folder? Well, that is mostly being replaced by attaching the documents that you hand out to students to those events, because it's already going to be on the calendar. They can click on it and it's right there. And if you want to see the parent portal, go on if you're a parent, or also you can have Matt Wallace show you, and when you see it, it's like, oh wow, I can see now why we need to do it this way, because it makes it so much easier for the parents to utilize their resources effectively and help their kids. Now, in the special education resource group, we still have that group, but the only thing that you need to put in there is tests and quizzes. That's the only thing you need to put in the resource folder, because we just don't want students to have access to those, like on the calendar. You wouldn't put your test on the calendar. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, email me, stop by my office, call me, send a meeting invite. And like I said, we want to move forward together, and these 3 little changes I believe can really help us. Take care and have a great day. Go Huskies.